In today's video, I'm in the Cybertruck, and I'm so grateful that it has the feature to defrost while you're in your car. I mean, while you're in home, brushing your teeth, doing your hair, whatnot. It can do all of that while I'm comfortably inside my home. And look how clear that is. I didn't even have to use the washer, windshield washer blades. And you know, the car is a bit loud. It's preconditioning for charging. I have to charge today a little bit at the supercharger because it'll be my last time, because it wasn't charging at home. I mean, I was charging at home, but the rate is just too slow. And I've been driving this bit more. Today I have to go up to Palos Verdes. It's a very fancy area, and there's a birthday party up there, and I'm just surprised that I was even invited. Alright, so we are accelerating here now. And it is early in the morning, and I got up late. And because I got up late, I had to defrost right away, and I'm thankful of that. So this car is really cool like that. And I am going to get ready for the electric thing, the electric upgrade I'm doing. I'm gonna go from 110 volt. Yes, I've been charging the Cybertruck with 110 volt this entire time for 5 months, whatever that I've owned this vehicle. Yeah, it's real slow. Like I said in previous videos, 15% per entire day, not including those times that I steer clear of it, and I steer clear during like peak hours. So 15%, that's all you can get. And I'm not sure how to turn off this, so I'm just gonna turn off this edit. I'm gonna edit this trip because I find this annoying, and I'm not paying attention allegedly. Okay, it noticed. Okay, so I turned off that battery noise. The reason is that I'm going to the Target to shop for food because I don't have enough time to go to Costco, even though I'm going to Costco right after that to get a car wash. But the reason why I'm doing this is because yeah, I don't have time to go to Costco for my daily shopping, almost daily. I have to go to a birthday party. That birthday party is throwing a loop into my day, and I like to get things done early in the morning. It is early. I am almost middle-aged senior citizen soon enough. Not quite to be wearing diapers yet, but I'll be there one day. Hair half gone. So that's where I'm at in my life. And right now I am at a stop sign. I turned off the AC just so that it would be more quieter for these videos, and it's getting warm. It's getting warm. I'm hitting the accelerator, and we are going. And so far, it's nice, smooth. Alright, moving on. So I'm gonna accelerate just a little bit. I don't like this big gap right now. This street is so large that when I go on the street, it's easy for me to go over the speed limit. And so I have to be careful of that too. So I'm driving accelerated mode, and this is funny. Well, it's not funny for the person, but so there was a car accident. Okay, I gotta let go of the accelerator. There was a car accident by the new Model Y. Okay, jeez. You take care. You take care of it. Let me find the article. This car is so nanny-ish right now. Okay, so here I'll turn off the volume. Oh, okay. There's no music. I can actually leave on the volume. Check this out. Ooh, man, they fly. Oh, let's see that again. What is this information? All right, I'm looking forward, Tesla. You see the flying? That was just ridiculous. Yeah, the lady walked away. Wait, does it show the lady walking away? Let me fast forward to that. Oh yeah. Check this out. The car is mangled, and the lady just gets out casually. So, Tesla and safety. That is, Tesla needs safety. They are really into that stuff. It's unfortunate that a brand new Model Y has already been wrecked. But, you know, sometimes people just wreck their cars like straight from getting it from the dealer. And this is almost like that. It feels like that because this model is so new. You can hardly even see it around. So what happened to the lady, full self-driving accelerated related, is that she accidentally pressed the accelerator instead of the brake. I mean, keep in context, this is an Asian lady. It's China. They're all Asian ladies over there. And so that's one of the things that you experience with the full self-driving accelerated, that is that when you press the accelerator, I mean, the car does jump, and it just jump for a bit of time. It doesn't jump right away. It jumps for a bit of time. However, like you just saw previously, it can freak out and stop working for you. I didn't have to intervene. My intervention was just to stop throttling. I mean, stop accelerating. That's the intervention that fixed it. Or non-interventionist strategy. But I can't speak. It's too early in the morning. Oh, you better stop, car. You better stop. And sometimes the Tesla does that. There's no rhyme or rhythm. Sometimes it just gets like really close to the car in front of you at the last minute. It does seem a bit freaky. You can get used to it, but why would you? You don't. Okay, so this is odd. I'm not sure what the instructions are doing right now. And a trip. Okay, well, I mean, it's turning into the Walmart. You're gonna get there, okay, Tesla? Okay, so the Torrance Marriott, there was a charger, 3 chargers, and this car better move on now. I'm accelerating. Oh my. We ran that yellow. But, you know, that was just one hard acceleration. I just jammed the accelerator, and then I let go. I turning through that yellow, I didn't, that wasn't me. I had let go already. I only did the initial push so it would close the gap between this vehicle. But in closing that gap, I can see how I was a bit too close. Couldn't stop on time. That's just my guess. And oh great, there's a police right there. And so I'm gonna let the car just go by itself. It's a bit tentative. But I don't think the officer saw me flying past that light. I don't think so. We're just gonna get a cute few items here, and I'm gonna have to take over because I want the car to park for me right here. This is a good spot. I want to see who's behind me if I'm distracting anyone. Oh look, little baby. Is that a baby? Oh no, it's just a shopping cart. I'm blind. And there's another shopping cart right there. We're just not gonna go. in the car. All right. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Has this improved? I hope it has. Come on. You can do this one shot. I'm going to press accelerator. You're too slow. Too slow. All right. All right. Fantastic. That's one shot. We're good. Be right back. Costco wholesale. All right. I'm going to press an accelerator to get moving. And we're moving. There's shopping carts right here. We're out of the way. There's people. We're out of their way. And I was reaching in to turn on my camera. Unfortunately, I couldn't turn it on time. There's a man that stopped me, and he was like, "Oh," he was asking how I liked the Cybertruck and what were the features about it that I liked. So I told him I deliver packages a lot, and I like that when I use the tonneau cover, which I do often. And with previous trucks, I never used the tonneau cover because it was just too much of a hassle. That my packages would go there and they would stay safe and stealth, so that there was no risk towards theft. And yeah, he got to the talking about the protests on the Teslas right now, and he wasn't liking it. And he said for me to keep my head up and keep on trucking. So that was just an interesting conversation. And I agree. I think it's gonna blow over. I don't plan to get involved into either side, and just try to live my life. I have enough kids to take care of and to deal with the kids on the streets. I gotta turn on this AC. It is getting warm. Yeah, so that tonneau cover, the L-track, and the connections to the L-track, I've never had a truck that did it that well. And I've owned a few trucks, and I work construction. I've worked cabling. I've worked cabinetry. Yes, I built cabinetry when I was a younger lad. And all throughout those jobs, I had a truck. Different trucks. They're not all the same trucks. They were handy for all of those scenarios. And I would say I needed a truck more back then than I do now. I still need a truck now. That's why I have this Cybertruck. It was my instant pre-order. I think the coming years, the truck is less than necessary for me. It's still going to be a factor, but the trucking ability is not as high. I think I could probably even get by with a van in the future. That said, I much prefer a truck than a van. Much prefer a truck than a van. Okay, so I just gotta keep track of these superchargers on which ones I take on my way back. So it looks like this one turned online just recently. So that'll be my final destination. Right now I'm going to the car wash. I got my eggs and butter, and interestingly enough, the tariff talk, I guess my food doesn't come from tariffs, and I noticed that it's down $1 because I buy the same thing for my son the whole time. I have to. That's the only thing he's willing to eat. Sometimes I do introduce different flavors, and he's not. He'll detect it, and then he won't eat it. He'll throw it on the floor. He's got issues that he was born with, and still grateful to have him as my 5th child. So I mean, I wouldn't change a thing. So anyhow, there's 2 superchargers nearby. I don't want to go to them yet. That's for later. Oh, you know, this one is, you know, it's not a Tesla supercharger. It doesn't have the lightning rod. So first thing, I want to see if I can figure out the car wash thing. And I think I might have. I can't say for certain that I figured it out. And I was playing around with how the brakes and how the throttle works. This is my first Tesla. That's, even though I've had it for 4 or 5 months now, it is my first Tesla, so I don't know the complete ins and outs of it. And even the Cybertruck, it's different from regular Teslas in that it doesn't have like the stock to change your gears. It's up here, or it's on the screen itself. It's all software based, so even if you have a different Tesla, you might not know how to use this Cybertruck. Yeah, because of that difference. Oh, let's see if we can turn over in preparation, or when is it going to turn over in prep? There's no one behind me, so I'm going to double check that. And Costco, so the instructions with Costco, the GPS navigation with Costco has always been a bit iffy. It's not tricky, it's just poor, it's bad. It takes you into a back route. I want to see how it is right now. Oh, it does have that back route selected. Wow. I'm going to override once I get closer. Not that, not because the car can't do it. It's just, look at this route. Who would drive like that? There's no traffic. There's no reason to go to a smaller back road and then make a U-turn, essentially, to go to Costco. It makes no sense. And there is new construction here. Interesting. I love watching new construction, being a former construction worker myself. Yeah, so former construction, now software engineer. I mean, it might not make sense to you. And in the grand scheme of it, I wasn't doing construction for that long. I mean, it was only 2 years compared to software, which is around 20 years at this point. I still have my, I mean, you can't forget what you've done in the past for if you've done it that long. And so I still do like side projects and whatnot. And I was even considering doing my own electrical. The only issue with the electrical that I'm paying for it, by the way, I'm getting a fantastic deal for putting the install in. I got an estimate for the guy that did my mom's house, the guy that is doing my house. Is this override? Yes, it is. Ooh, I gotta brake hard. I gotta brake hard. Okay, so something went flying in the car, and that was the diapers. Why? I disengaged the autopilot because of incorrect directions, which should have been fixed by now. Okay, so there's my message. Recording sent. Thank you. Your feedback will be helpful. Yeah, if that's true, then I'll stop doing this. Stop playing these games. So, yeah, in the grand scheme, I wasn't doing construction that long. And here we are, a software engineer. And kind of back to getting a truck just because of small business I run, that me and my wife run. It just made sense. Use this as like a a tax deductible, which, I mean, those are the rules of the game, right? I don't make the rules, I just game them. Alright. So, overriding the system has been done. Just gotta wait to get through. And, let's see. So, this post on Twitter jives very, very well with me. The more vehicles that autonomy has, the more useful it is. Oh shit, I forgot to turn on full self-driving. Sorry about that. There, there we go. So you always want to give the self-driving a few seconds to take over. You can't pull a Mark Rober and turn on last minute. You know that when you turn on these systems, you're pressing a physical button. It relays. Wait, no. This is not good. You silly car, you silly. You see that? Oh my goodness. Why? Why are you trying to make two gigantic U-turns? And it makes 0 sense. Okay. See, I just turned it on. I give it a couple seconds before I let go of the accelerator. And because you're hitting a physical button, however, you're communicating with the computer, you can't expect it to be lightning quick. Granted, it's using hardware for it. It's not going to be lightning quick. So, back to the post. The more vehicles that autonomy has, the more useful it is. The transition to sustainable energy can accelerate. It is whatever. It somewhat jives with me in that the autonomy factor is going to be override. Wrong entrance. This entrance. And I am going to do the car wash the right way today. Now, I'm not making any promises, but I think I have it down. And I'll walk you through it. Hopefully. So I won't be doing full self-driving in the car wash because that's not... You don't drive in the car wash. And it is starting to stockpile. There's starting to be people here, so... Enter, stop sign. Ooh, okay. So the car wash, there are some people here. There is a small line here. You know, there's some chargers here too at the Costco. I'm not sure if I can get to it, but... Okay, so I can't take off my seatbelt because the Tesla will freak. So I'm gonna get the app ready and try to do this as fast as I can and not lose my spot in the car wash line. $7.99. That's why everybody goes here, because it's a fantastic deal. Alright, here we go. Yeah, now I got the car. I'm just waiting for the car. Ah, shoot. Wow. I had to jump out of my car. Almost. I drove and I didn't pull the receipt hard enough and didn't rip. That's as most action as I get as a middle-aged man. But usually when you have this car wash thing, the car would be freaking out by now. It's not. Okay, so I have to get ready. Alright. Why is it so far away? Come on. So I'm gonna go neutral first and then car wash.
Alright, there's a okay, neutral now.
Okay.
This has already been used. You're giving me a used one.
What? Oh, shoot. Sorry about that.
Alright, here. There you go.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I gave him a use. Okay, so neutral, car wash mode, it worked. It worked. No mirrors. The guy was not happy. He thought I was trying to play him. I assure him I wasn't trying to play him. I just had this car wash. I put it into this slot on the bottom and it just happened to have another car wash. What a disaster, almost. So I put in neutral and the thing wasn't pulling me forward. So luckily it wasn't. If it was pulling me forward, I would have been in real trouble. I wouldn't be able to put in car wash mode. In car wash mode, there's just so much going on. I don't even want to think about it. It turns down the tonneau cover, up the windows, make sure the charging port's not closed. There's just too many things going on. I don't want to think about it. So you don't want to miss not having the car wash mode. So we're done with one pass. This is pass number 2. And after pass number 2, I think the key is to tap the park button. When you get out, to get out of neutral, you just tap the park button. The park, I mean not the park button, the brakes, it has like a two-factor mode. Like you can half press it just to manipulate the driving, and it shows that you're active and ready to go. It's kind of like this camera shutter on the phone or on your camera, and that you have a half actuation, starts the focus. So when you half press the brake or tap it lightly, it does have a behavior, and that's inherent to all Teslas, I believe. Because Teslas, you just drive to a complete stop if you don't have your foot on the brake, as opposed to normal cars that roll. So there's a slightly different behavior. I want to open up unfold my mirrors right here, because I am almost out here. So right here, this is the problem. Once this thing turns green, I'm going to tap on the brakes and go. Okay, so I'm out. I'm tapping on the brakes and I'm going, oh, fantastic. I finally got it working. So I'm tapping on the brakes, just like a light tap, just that knows that you have activated it. Am I buckled? Yes, I am buckled up. Fantastic. Now, to get out of this area without running anyone over, and I'm going to turn on, find that self charger. Haha, here it is. 13 spots. Go. I think, yeah, okay, so that is the correct one. Fantastic. Whew. Fantastic. Finally learned how to use the car wash. What? So this okay. The icon was green and orange. I haven't seen that before. If anyone knows what that means, leave it in the comments. That is okay. Okay. All right. So the instructions are great. The navigation instructions are great. That is. However, it's still a bit tricky. This area, it's a bit tricky. You'll see if you haven't seen before. It's at the Lamo Mall, and the charging there, you won't even notice it's charging. This is what I've expressed about Tesla supercharging in the past, and in that it's hard for non-Tesla owners to understand where these charging spots are, or how the availability of these access points, and this illustrates it perfectly right here. The charging spot for this location is at the mall, but it's at like a bottom level, and because of that, it's for humans, it's almost impossible to accidentally run into this or see a billboard of it. You have to be a Tesla user, and this lightning sign has to show up for you to use it. So there's no advertising about these chargers. There's no billboard. Oh, Tesla charger available here. No. When you go to a gas station, there's a gigantic sign. You might not think it's a gigantic sign, but there is. There is a gigantic sign. You cannot miss gas stations. Please get me the heck out of this lane. Why are you in this lane? We're about to turn right up here. Why are you still in this lane? This is why. It just doesn't want to be close to that car. And, maybe the Tesla was right. But like I was saying, gas stations are actually gigantic billboards. You can see, what is this? What is this right here? $4.99 for regular, gigantic billboard. Ooh, diesel is cheap. What? Diesel is cheaper than regular? What the heck happened? I don't recall diesel ever being less expensive. So that means that is there a gas tax in effect? I've read about it. I can't say for certain, because I'm not a huge consumer of gasoline, even for my other vehicles, because one of them is a Prius and the other one's like a work vehicle, I fill it up at Costco. It's just because it's a work vehicle, it's not on the road like constantly. It's just delivering packages by our small business. Moving on. So it should be getting into this right lane, which is a bit tricky. I'm going to speed it up because I ain't got all day. This car needs to move faster. Alright, so this is a tricky. It has to go over 2 lanes. You can figure it out, car. You figure it out, Tesla. Ooh, fork. Alright, so it went over. If it was during heavy traffic, I believe the vehicle would have figured out itself that that's an available lane. So you might think that it's dumb for not staying in that lane in the first place. However, on the flip side, why would you want to stay so close to the curb and where there's cars that can cause accidents? So I think the Tesla, even though this might not feel like the best way of doing things, I think the Tesla is doing it right. It's jumping over 2 lanes, but it's okay. Tesla screwed up. You screwed up, Tesla. You screwed up. Well, I take it back. It kind of worked out. That kind of worked out. Wow. But it did really screw up though. That wasn't on the map. And we could have waited longer, but okay, maybe the self-driving didn't screw up. The self-driving did good. Alright, this road doesn't have any signs. I mean, it has a sign, but it doesn't have any lane markings. And it feels like it can fit 2 cars. This area of the mall has been neglected, which is sad. I do hope they turn it around. It used to be a nice area. But now there was a movie theater here. It's moved to right in front of me instead. 1 movie theater is good enough. But this area, it had restaurants and it had small shops. Now the whole area is kind of dead and there's a lot of space still. I'm not sure what's going to happen, and maybe they already sold it off to someone else. Okay. Oh, so I'm so thankful that I finally figured out how to use car wash. Okay, go Tesla. Finally, after months of using it, and I do use it a lot, I just couldn't figure it out. I mean, what the heck? Okay, so the reason I can't figure it out is because the car is moving forward. Pressing the accelerator would move forward. Instead, I have to tap on the brake while I am moving forward in order to be able to accelerate. Does that make sense? It's not the most intuitive way of doing it. And that's just for the scenarios where you're in neutral. Okay, so alright, so Tesla would have stopped here. We're actually going into an underground area. Well, it's into a parking garage. Okay, so it looks like that Tesla, I have no idea, maybe they're just lost. Oh, I had to override. Even this thing doesn't. Okay. You don't know what you're doing. I do. Car. It's supercharging is up here. It's not back there. I mean, this is Tesla's very own. They really should map this out because there's a lot of people that go here. For now, there's not a lot yet. Oh, yeah, we are off the charts. Okay, so I'm going to end this full self-driving because it really doesn't know how to get there, and the map states something else. Since I was nearby, there's a fleet of Model Ys, the new ones. Tesla parking only. So here's the rear. So there's a camera up there. Hello, I know you're on. Probably. Dual motor. Hello again. So there's a little cut in this turn mirror for aerodynamics. the front. Does it have camera here? Yes, indeed, it has a bottom camera. So the new Model Ys, I am presuming that these are the launch editions. Here's the wheels. Is there a price right here? You save. Okay, fuel economy, cost. Model Y long range all-wheel drive, 73,000. Wow. So 73,000. That, I'm assuming. Okay, so this is a Model X. So 73,000. That is a lot of money. Let's just finish the walk around. Right. There it is. And I really like the white one down there. And I'm curious why they built the bumpers like this. This is maybe to protect it from small minor accidents. I'm sure there's a reasoning why they built it like that. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, share. See you in the next one.